Hey guys, Carl. I just want to tell you some Preakness updates that came out over the last few days. And Major's Connection said that, all systems are a go for him. So the Derby winner will be in the Preakness bar and something unforeseen next week. First mission from Brad Cox, should be going. Aspen said both his horse Red Route 1 and Disarm is going to go. And then you got Perform for Shug McGahee. And I think they had to supplement this horse in the race. I don't think he was Triple Crown nominated. So they had to pay the extra supplemental fee, which I think it's kind of interesting because I think Shub McGay is more of a conservative type trainer. I don't see him really what I call aggressively spot his horses. So, and Perform had that really great late kick in the his last session at the Federico Tesico. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but it looked like the horse was going to finish maybe third or fourth, and then once he got out from behind trap, he came with that massive late kick towards the end of the race. So yeah, it's certainly be a candidate for the exotics, and he's one that you got to watch out for. Historically, that stakes race though has not really produced any Preakness winners or even I don't even think it's producing even any Preakness superfectas. But it's just interesting that a trainer I consider to be more on the conservative side with spotting horses decided to pay the supplemental fee, to get this horse in there. And then you got Lord Miles, whose connection said based on how he works out this weekend could be pointed. He was your Wood Memorial winner at like 59-1, but I don't think this horse will win the Preakness, but still would be potential interest. And then get to the weekend stakes races. You got the Peter Pan, which has Bishop's Bay, the horse that actually beat First Mission in very first race. And when Bishop's Bay stretched out, that speed figure went down just a little bit. Now he gets in the States Company, and I don't think there's much in this field. So you have a horse where both of them kind of race at the same time, and I think that First Mission was the more aggressively spotted horse for Brad Cox. You can tell he already bumped him up in the Lexington, whereas Bishop's Bay it seems like they're taking the more conservative approach. So to me, that already says that First Mission is the better horse, but certainly I think Bishop's Bay could definitely beat this field. It won't be a surprise if he did. The downside is going to be an 8-5 favorite, so you might want to try to look somewhere else to find some value. For Christoph Clement, he won this race a few years back, and Summer Cost starting to be an interesting horse. The one horse I've heard a lot of stuff about, and he looked very good running 7 furlongs last time down at Gulfstream, so certainly could be a horse to consider. And of course, Pletcher has 2 horses, and this could be nothing more than just a prep, for the Belmont. If any ever run a good second or third, you probably see one of the two go to the Belmont, depending on which one does it. And then you got the Man of War Stakes, and anytime you have a long distance turf race, you're going to turn out the Michael Maker horses. That's kind of to me. That's when I think of Michael Maker, I think of long distance turf, and he's got Strong Tide and Red Knight. And then Charles Appleby has really been really good lately about sending horses over to America and winning races. He's got the 2 horse Warm Point. And then you got Channel Maker for Bill Mott, who, on his best day could certainly beat this field, but you got to wonder if age is starting to catch up to him a little bit. And then you got Soldier Rising, who was running really good at the end of the year for Christophe Clement. And then, that last race in the Red Smith, maybe he just, got tired after the long campaign because this will be the first horses, start since then. And, maybe this horse is, he's spotted in a grade 1, right up the horse's alley, and he likes a long distance turf. So, it could certainly be a horse to look out for. And then House Street ran really good, a race or two back. So certainly one to watch out for the, exotics, and, picks up the surface of Flavian Pratt, which is never a bad thing. So to me, if I'm playing this race, I'm looking at the 2 Warm Point is you can't leave Appleby off your tickets. And then, House Street, and then Soldier Rising, and Michael Maker can be a little tricky on his long distance turf. Sometimes I'll see like horses that'll run a winning effort last, so I don't seem to always duplicate that. And horses that'll finish like 5th or 6th in the last one tend to jump up and win. So he's a tough trainer for me to try to get a gauge on when one of his horses is going to step up and win. But that's it for the Man of War. And you got Arabian Lion being pointed to the Sir Barton, and he was the winner of the Southwest Stakes at Oaklawn, and was considered a Derby favorite for the injury. Obviously, he's trained by Bob Baffert, so that joined probably Tim Yakteen's bar. It seemed like every Baffert horse, decides to join. And it'll be interesting to see him being pointed back. And, I do wonder why he's pointing the Sir Barton and National Treasure's pointed for the Preakness. I would think Arabian Lion would be the better of the 2 horses, but, maybe they got a midsummer campaign, and this is the beginning of a means for Arabian Lion, and National Treasure is the one, they're going to try to jump up and maybe get some Preakness money. Maybe they can jump in 3rd or 4th. But nonetheless, that's all the news that came out this week. And thanks for watching, guys.